It's patch 319 and Jinx has been buffed. Is she ruling the meta though? Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome to Meta Monday. What a week it has been in the land of Runeterra. It always is when a new patch drops. Got a lot of text to get through, so let's get to it. So we're looking at the current patch and what's everyone playing. And not very surprising, number one on the play rate list, I guess, is Jinx. Discard aggro is back, and this really is the OG discard aggro deck from the beginning of time. Draven, Jinx. How strong is this deck though? It's putting up the numbers, highest play rate, decent win rate, but that's always the case at the beginning of a patch and of a new meta. Aggro decks tend to do well as people try to discover what's the best decks to play in the meta. So Jinx has been buffed. This deck is doing well, so maybe you should give it a try. Moving on, number 2 on the list is probably the last entry I had in the last patch update, in the last Meta Monday, which is Teemo Zoe. This is really putting up the numbers. That's a really high win rate and high play rate as well. So yeah, this is I made a video on it last week. Pretty straightforward, elusive decks. Play your cheap 1-drop elusives, buff them up, win the game. Pretty straightforward. A lot of equipment to help you out, and some new spells as well to buff your guys. Get you over the finish line. So Teemo Zoe, I would, if you want to play an aggro deck, I think have a look at this deck. I think this is the strongest aggro deck at the moment. Anygen, more aggro in at number 3. People love Anygen, eh? I'm not a big fan of this deck, but it seems to be have a play rate throughout no matter what the meta throws. So it's basically the aggro deck of choice for a lot of people. Decent win rate, 53.5, lower than the other two above, but decent, worth looking. Moving along, number 4. I'm not sure why everyone's playing this Talia deck. Look at that win rate, 40.3%. That's terrible. Don't play this deck, guys. This is the Reaver's Row deck, actually. Just FYI. So put off a meme deck. Ideas to get down your Reaver's Row, copy it with Talia, get a whole lot of Double Trouble as well, important card in this deck. Get a whole lot of random cheap 1-drops and buff them up and try to win the game. I'm not a fan of this deck, and that's a big reason why. So number 5 is the first of a big 3 that have been nerfed. So Vayne is seeing a little bit of playstyle. I did say in the patch up there, I don't think that the Vayne nerf was enough to take out of the meta. And this is the proof. The win rate has dropped quite significantly though, guys. Play rate as well has dropped. Although I think the Rumble version is one of the worst Vayne versions. But I guess people like playing Rumble. That's probably why he is here. So yeah, Vayne is still in the meta, guys. Not as strong as she used to be, but she's still in there. We'll see more Vayne in the deck in the list coming up. There's a lot of decks going around, guys. A lot of people trying out new things. I think I'm gonna go through maybe 20 of them. Let's have a look and see how it goes. So Pantheon Varus got a buff in the last patch. It's a little bit easier to level him up. Sorry, getting stuff for words. And Pantheon has always been a little bit strong, so no surprise that he's partnering up with Varus, getting in, trying to buff him up quite quickly. Pretty cool deck this. I haven't played it on ladder. Maybe worth a look in. Play rate, win rate. Win rate's not that great, but it's solid. Next up is our next Jinx deck. So Echo Jinx. I'm really not a fan of this deck. I'm not a fan of the Echo deck where you just throw predict after predict after predict and hope for your chrono breaks to come through and to finish the game that way. Just never feels right for me. Never feels like there's a cohesive plan with this deck. But part of the reason for that is I never seem to get the predicts right. I always draw this guy and predict all of the other guys. It's just had bad luck with this deck as well. But worth the look at, putting up good numbers. That's a good win rate. If you guys want to have a look, go for it. Begs the question, which is the best Jinx deck to play? I'm not sure. Definitely the discard aggro deck is the more popular, but it looks like the Echo Jinx numbers bring up similar numbers, so worth looking. So at number 8 we still have Hecarim Z. People are still playing Hecarim Z, and people are still not having much success with it. But yeah, viable deck, viable fun deck, I would say. I wouldn't try to climb with this deck. It's kind of hit or miss deck. If it goes off, it's very strong, very hard to stop. If it doesn't, you lose. Number 9, Heimerdinger Nora. As you can see, guys, there's tons of different decks to try out in this meta. It's a good place to be, I think. Heimerdinger Nora not putting up great numbers, but another popular deck. Once it gets going, very difficult to stop. Another Nora deck at number 10, Elise Nora this time, slightly more aggro version. Putting up better numbers as well, so if you want to play Nora, maybe this is the way to go. And down at number 11, oh how the mighty have fallen. Seraphine Ezreal, huge drop in play rate, significant drop in win rate as well. This deck is just not where it needs to be at the moment. If you want to play Seraphine, there's another deck coming up that you might want to try, but Seraphine Ezreal definitely dead at the moment. Moving along, we have Diana Leona next. So at the patch update I said Nightfall would be something to keep an eye on, and yeah, here we go. You look at that, it's not a Nightfall deck, it's more of a Daybreak Nightfall deck. Leona is very strong at the moment after the recent buff that she received, and the numbers show it. Very high win rate, very strong deck at the moment. I haven't really given it a try. I think you should try it out on ladder, see how it goes. I have tried the Nocturne version, very different from this deck though. Next up, our next Vayne deck, and it's my personal favorite Vayne deck with Quinn. And this one was a copy of Fiora as well. As you can see, the win rate has dropped just a little. Play rate's dropped as well. Actually, this had a pretty low play rate as well, early days. But still putting up some decent numbers. This is definitely a deck you can still play in the meta, still used to climb in. So if you are playing Vayne Quinn in the last meta, last patch, I don't see any reason to change from it. Demacia did get a few nerfs though, with the rally cards getting nerfed, so, but it's still putting up the numbers. Next up is Gwen Vayne. So Gwen is the champion I said you should keep an eye out, even though her buff was not significant. She is someone you can, I see being strong in the current meta. People haven't been playing her yet, so yeah, time will tell. Paired with Vayne, she's not very strong with Vayne. She has never been very strong with Vayne. So not the best win rate, but not terrible either. Number 15 is Luck. Luck is always lucking around. Yeah, putting up still decent numbers. Aggro decks doing pretty well in the current meta. Probably because it's still early days in the meta. And next up is this is the Gwen deck I was talking about that you should keep an eye out on. Low play rate unfortunately, but the win rate is there. I'm surprised not more people are playing this deck. I think if you wanna climb up the ranks, this is one of the decks you need to have a look at. Next up, Seraphine Victor. Here we go. This is still putting up great numbers. So clearly the more control-y version of Seraphine suits her better with the new, after a new nerf. I see they still have the old text on this card. As you know, the level up is now gone up to 9 year spells. So definitely more suited to a control type setup. You're gonna go try to play the long game with Seraphine now. And it's putting up numbers, so Seraphine maybe not dead, guys. Moving along, Heimerdinger Jace. Wow, this deck is putting up great numbers at the moment, but not many people are playing it. This is definitely one to have a look at. But definitely a very strong deck. Yeah, once you get those spells running, it synergizes really well with Heimerdinger. And I've come across this a couple of times on ladder, and I had a tough time. Definitely had a tough time. So number 19 is Talia Ziggs. I'm gonna be giving this deck a run in tomorrow's Tryhard Tuesday. Not a very high play rate, surprisingly, but putting in a decent win rate. Not as strong as Heimerdinger and Jace. Maybe I should be playing this in Tryhard Tuesday, but I'm gonna stick with the Talia Ziggs. See how I can do to come and have a look tomorrow at that, guys. Moving along, yet another Jinx deck, very popular. Jinx Lulu. This one is trying to buff up your flame chompers. Get your flame chompers jumped up, buffed up by Lulu, and get Jinx to finish off. So this deck was also quite popular back in the day. Spell Portal, a new addition to it. Yeah, one to look out for. Of the three Jinx decks we've seen so far, this is definitely the one that hasn't been performing very well. Actually, the win rate is not terrible at all. Yeah, Jinx is definitely making an impact, guys. I'm quite surprised. I didn't think that Jinx would make such a big impact, but it's more popular than I thought it would be. And down 21, Controlled. Special shout out to Control, putting in some decent numbers. A bit surprised at that with all the aggro decks coming in. Normally the Control decks struggle into the aggro decks, but yeah, good old Control is Feel the Rush is doing the work here. Okay, I'm gonna stop there, guys. Let me scroll down a little bit further. Kindred, Nasus, low win rate, don't play that. Swain. Swain is still around. Not many people are playing him anymore. But yeah, decent win rate from Swain. Yeah, not much new there. Quite low win rate after that. I'm gonna quickly have a look at the highest win rate decks. Sorry for the scroll action, guys. Let's thoughts on win rates. Got the ads. Sure. This point on the meta is really hard to read the meta. So everyone's playing. There's so many decks around it. Yeah, these are pretty low play rates, but this is basically a slightly different version on the Teemo Zoe deck. They're thrown in first as well. Very high win rate. So yeah, Teemo Zoe, guys, have a look at it. Then we have this is the Diana Leona deck I was talking about earlier. This is thrown in Ophelia, putting in the numbers. Teemo Zoe, yeah, I have to say the strongest deck in the meta so far. Very, very high win rate and high play rate as well. Seraphine Victor, this this has caught me off guard. It's very high win rate from Seraphine Vector. So guys, Seraphine is still around. You have to play a slightly different style, playing for the long game with Seraphine, but you're still putting up the wins with Victor. So yeah, have a go at it. This is the Ionia version with a very low play rate. But we saw the Shadow Isle version as well, having a slightly better win rate and a slightly better play rate and slightly lower win rate. So Seraphine Victor is definitely a deck that's doing the rounds. So Heimerdinger Jace, very strong at the moment. Moving up the ranks. Definitely worth a look in. Yes, Swain, guys. Swain has been nerfed, but still putting in numbers. Low play rate on this deck, but worth looking. Here's Gwen with the spider version of Gwen putting in some work. Here's the other version of Seraphine Victor. So two Seraphine decks in the top 10. It is top 10 or thereabouts. This is the Misfortune's Twisted Fate. They've dropped Swain out of this deck. So maybe that's another option to have a look at. Here's the Diana Leona deck. So guys, in terms of win rates, Teemo Zoe putting in the work, Diana Leona putting in the work, Heimerdinger Jace. I think those are the decks you need to be playing in the current meta. So I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna load up a quick tier list and have a look at that. Okay, welcome back, guys, and this is the tier list for last weekend. It's changed a lot. It's changed a heck of a lot, so I'm gonna have to spend a bit of time on this. The last time, if you recall, we're looking the big three, where it was the story of the day basically. Vayne, Swain, Seraphine. These top three were basically interchangeable. You could swap them around. The previous week I had Swain up at God tier. Last week I have Vayne up there, the Vayne Quinn deck, which I was having a lot of fun with. So these decks have dropped in play rate but putting decent win rate numbers. So tough choices here. Okay, let's start at the bottom. Definitely have to see Diana Leona move up the ranks. I'm gonna put it tentatively up into A tier for now. Nocturne, not really sync play. I'm gonna drop him, so keep it at Diana Leona. Those two go together. Coming Ezreal is definitely dropped out completely. Seraphine Victor is putting in numbers, hey, so I'm gonna keep her at A tier. Let me put Diana at the front. I'm gonna keep her at A tier. Might be a bit higher as well if you play the full control type of play. Gwen, so the aggro guys, I'm gonna keep them here at B tier for now. But Teemo Zoe, I'm moving them up. Teemo Zoe S tier. Very strong at the moment. Swain, as we saw, surprisingly putting up decent numbers. But yeah, we saw a surprising deck with the TF and MF. TFMF, yeah, that's the TFMF without the Swain. Interesting, guys. Vayne, where do we put Vayne? This is quite tough because Vayne is still putting in decent work. Gonna drop that off though. And Jinx, guys. Do we put Jinx up there? God, yeah. Nope. I'm putting her down in S. And the reason for that is I think she's very popular at the moment. Everyone's playing her. But I don't think she's the strongest deck at the moment. So I'm looking for Raven going with Jinx as well as Echo. So definitely need to keep an eye out on those guys. I think Teemo Zoe is stronger at the moment. Should they be in God tier? Maybe. If I'm going to do that, I think I need to drop Vayne down. Yeah, that looks good for me. God tier at the moment, guys. So tough, so tough. I'm moving Gwen. Am I moving Gwen? No, I'm gonna leave Gwen down there. Move control a little bit higher. And down in the D tier. Let's pop in Ezreal in there. Decks he shouldn't be playing at the moment. Make room red. Talia Zig, which is the deck I'm playing tomorrow. Gonna pop Talia Ziggs. Lots of decks to be added to put in this, so it's a bit cluttered, guys. But yeah, this is how I'm gonna play it. Talia Ziggs. So I'm still contemplating whether Jinx should go up there or not. Or should it be Teemo Zoe? The other strong deck, Heimerdinger Jace. Don't see them, guys. Here's Jace. Heimerdinger. So this is tough, guys. These are in my opinion, the top 3 decks at the moment. Closely followed by Diana, Leona, as well as Gwen. Talia Ziggs down there as well. I think I'm going to give it to Teemo Zoe. They've been putting in the numbers. High play rates, high win rates. So yeah, for now those are the 2, but this is gonna change quickly. I think these top 3 options are all very strong contenders. Who did I miss? Nora. Oh, Nora's not gonna be here, but I'm gonna put Nora down into the D tier. Yeah, this is a League of Legends list, so she won't be here. Only thought of that now. You guys know. And this is where I'm gonna leave it, guys. These are the decks you should be playing. Definitely Teemo Zoe. Definitely Heimerdinger Jace. Jinx, jury's still out. I would say a little bit overhyped at the moment. Discord aggro is one of the feature mistakes that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, guys. So that's my summary, guys. This is how it's looking at the moment. Elusives to the 4. Teemo Zoe. Jinx is bubbling under. Very strong Discord aggro deck. This is a bit of a personal preference thing, I think. I'm not a big fan of the Discord aggro type of archetype. So maybe it is the strongest at the moment. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I've got a Heimer and Jace in here as well. Putting in the numbers, competing with Teemo Zoe, definitely. So all of these 3 options, very viable. Or 4 options if you count Jinx Echo. Also very viable, definitely Diana, Leona. So everything in this top tier, top 3 tiers, very viable at the moment. You're gonna climb with any one of these decks, I think. And maybe a few other decks as well. Gwen stole my bubbling under pick. I think she's a bit underrated at the moment. I think she has much more potential than where she is at the moment. So thanks, guys. That's where we're gonna leave it off for this week. Hit that like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.